Hello. Welcome, people. How's it going? I hope your days are going well, so well. Sorry, I'm looking at my shop page. I'm deciding I'm gonna offer a couple readings to see what people are interested in. We're already starting off good. I think I'm blurry, but I can't tell. Oh, there we go. If I'm farther away, it knows that I'm there. Hello. Hi, Gabby, Lauren, and Peachy Gateway. How's it going? Focused. Sometimes it loses me, I guess. Are you all excited to do readings today? I do want to give you a little bit of an update. I am excited to do ghost hunty things, and we are very excited about our Halloween stuff that's going to be happening. So we're going to be going ghost hunting in a few weeks, because you guys raised $4,000 so that we could go on a trip together. And Riker, me, and then we have guests coming. So we have Jay, who voices our like voiceovers in the history sections. We also have Orion, which you guys should have seen from Stone Mansion and Beale Manor, I believe. That's where he was from. And then we have Erica, who joined us for an Ashmore Estates video. So I'm very, very excited for all of that content going out. We're going to have 5 videos coming out in October. So we're going to have one coming out every Friday is what we're planning. Because I think Halloween is on a Friday. So we're like, okay, let's just do every Friday. There's 5 Fridays in October. Let's fucking go. So you'll get hopefully 5 ghost hunts in October, and we're really excited about that. We also have a couple other things going on. We're making a new candle collection, and it's so good. We've been ordering the like supplies for it right now, but we teased the theme. The theme is baneful. So we're making baneful candles so you can use it in your baneful spells or whatever. But they're really, really cute and cheeky, and we got like new herbs and stuff to put in it, and I'm really, really excited. And then what else do I have? Merch. We designed merch. Merch is completely designed. We are still in the process of getting samples because we want to take pictures of them on location. And I keep telling people this because I'm so freaking excited. But we're going to take pictures of ourselves in merch so that we can be the model in the listing on our website. And with that in mind, we are also launching a website hopefully in October as well. So we have kind of everything everywhere. Like we have a Patreon, we have a Ko-Fi, we have a merch site, and it's just all in like so many different places. So we're like, why don't we just like combine it all together and we'll just do that instead? So we're working on doing that. We're also probably going to do it with our social media accounts, and we're going to put all of our like channels under a figurehead, which is going to be called Ouroboros Productions. So if you see that, that is those Meddling Mediums and Haunted Smoke and Mirrors and Hay by Spirit and all of that stuff. So it'll be under that big figurehead so that you can get all of the information in one spot instead of like 7. So we're really, really excited about all the new things going on. We have a lot going out. The last thing I do want to say is we are working on a new membership program. When I say new, I know we have like 20. We're trying to take all of the membership programs that we have and combine them into one. So we have new benefits in this, new benefits that you haven't seen before. We're also combining the benefits from Smoke and Mirrors and Meddling Mediums, and there's going to be more tiers that you can choose from. So it's going to be super fun, and I'm really excited. We have a lot of new stuff coming out. But for this, I'm trying to like make this go quickly because I'm trying to do this within 2 hours. So I can see people have already started purchasing readings because I did it differently this time where I'm just let them be live. And people are freaking going for it. So I offered a couple options Because I'm like, I don't know, maybe you guys want a variety. Maybe you don't want to just do past life readings. So if you sell out 8, then we gotta go. I'm doing 8 readings today. So I don't know if I'm going to like restock during this live stream, but I'm going to be doing more live streams this week. So if you don't get a reading today, see me tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm probably going to be live during those times because it's the end of the month, so we gotta like pay our bills. So we're doing this is mostly past life readings. So I have 4 past life readings available, but if you're not interested in that, we also have tarot readings. So there's 2 tarot readings in there. So if you just want a tarot reading, I'll read you with the Shade deck, and this is just a standard tarot deck. But I also wanted to bring back these readings. So if you guys remember this deck, this is the Heaven and Hell deck. It's the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. And it is not a tarot deck, but it is an oracle deck that is based upon the 72 Goetic angels and demons. So you can see the top card is an angel, and then, the top section is an angel, and the bottom section is a daemon. And they all kind of, like, correlate like that. But they say, like, crazy things. So, like, this one is success and war and violence. So it adds a little bit of spice to, like, your reading and stuff like that. But the tarot readings will be 3-card readings. If you would like a longer reading, I am offering private readings. And private readings are basically their email readings. And I will take your question, thoughts, whatever you want a reading on. And I will make a video, record a video, and then I'll send that video to you. It'll be unlisted on YouTube so you can watch it whenever you like. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in that, let me pull the link for that. It's in the readings tab on the Ko-Fi page. So this is private readings. This is not what we're doing today, but if you want a private reading that is more in depth, these are the options for that. But for live readings, it is what I just explained to you. But it looks like you guys are doing some work over here in the readings and purchasing them. So past life readings look like they're sold out. I can also change some things around if you guys would like more past life readings available. Or, yeah, I don't know. Because we have 1 tarot reading left, and then we have 2 of the Heaven and Hell tarot deck readings. Or oracle readings, because this is an oracle deck. But let me know. Let me know if people are interested in past life readings, because I can switch that over. I wasn't expecting this to happen so quick. TBH. But I'm going to get into reading so that we have time for all of it. And Gabby, you are first. You purchased it literally right as I, like, listed it on the website. So, Gabby, you purchased a tarot reading. Do you have a question for your tarot reading? Let me pull the cards out for you. Do you have a question, Gabby? You can also just do general if you don't have a question, but I give the opportunity if you have a specific thing you want to talk about. But we're going to do 3-card readings. Gotta remind myself of that. I felt a strong urge to get a past life reading. Yeah, I'm doing past life readings because Kristen wanted one, but she's not here. I'll still give her one if she comes, but... No, I want a past life. Okay. I can move some things around. It's okay. Shop. I was in the middle of checking out. God dang. Okay, hold on. I'll take one out of here. And then I'll put it in past life. Okay, Lauren, are you ready? Maybe I need to list more of these. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to list it again. There's 1 in here for past lives. It's there. So, Lauren, if you would like a reading, go for it. Go, Lord, go! Yeah. So I'm like, I can move the stock around. I just need to make sure that I do 8 and not like 20. But yes, general is good with me. Okay, great. Let me just go back to my list. Run, Forrest, run! Okay. So, Gabby. Looks like you're getting more than 4. But they're kind of crossed, so I'm going to read them together. And you get this one. Oh, that's fun. Okay, okay. So, your first 2 cards. You have 2 cards that cross. Sorry, I'm trying to decide. Okay, where the autofocus is focusing. They crisscross the cross. Okay, so the first 2 cards, they are crossed like this, so they block one another, or they like impact one another negatively, or not negatively, but like I'm trying to figure out how to explain block, because sometimes people ask me what blocked means. They like interfere, that's the word. They interfere with each other. So your first card in here, you have the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles, you can see, is upside down or in reverse. The 5 of Pentacles usually deals with some sort of loss. And usually I view this as like some sort of physical loss. So that can be money, that can be like loss of like friends or whatever. Carly, are you a member? Is that what that is? Have you been a member? Yes. Are you paid for that? I'm just wondering. Sorry, I got distracted. I was like, is that Riker? Sorry, so the 5 of Pentacles, it deals with loss. It's some sort of physical loss. It can be loss of like friends. It can be loss of like physical objects. It's just some sort of loss in your life. But you can see it's in reverse because you're starting to recover from it. But this is being blocked. This is being blocked by the Queen of Swords. So in order to like rejuvenate whatever it is you lost, recover whatever it is you lost, you need to look into this aspect of these 2 cards. So this is what's blocking the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is a, I need emotes. But you're also Mystery Machine. Mystery Machine isn't like the lowest. Dude, I don't know. But Queen of Swords usually deals with someone that is unapologetically themselves. But you can see it's sideways. So for me, when a card appears sideways, it represents a decision or action. So the Queen of Swords is usually someone, like I said, that is very confident in oneself. They have very clear boundaries, very direct line of communication. They are unapologetically themselves. But that's sometimes hard. And because of that, sorry, I'm trying to figure out the autofocus. There it is. Because of that, it makes it sometimes gets like the emotions start to influence how we feel about ourselves. It influences us to not be unapologetically ourselves. It makes us more insecure. So the insecurity is causing you not to be able to recover the things that you lost. And I feel like, I don't know if this is right. It says people always describe me as unapologetically myself. Did something happen where there was like some sort of ending in your life? Because that's what they're talking about. Which spirit guide you're dealing with? There's a blue and black spirit guide that's masculine. He's in like a long cape that touches the floor. He's on this side of me. There can be 2 things, because that's what they're talking about. There's something that's making you feel insecure. Because they're like, you kind of got knocked out of balance a little bit. And now you're like questioning things because something like didn't go so well. So like it's how they're explaining this to me. They're using things in my life to explain a concept of what's happening in your life. So I'm not saying this is happening to you. I'm saying this is what they're using to explain to me. So they're like, when you like maybe lose a lot of friends, or you have a lot of friends that are like maybe toxic towards you, then you start losing confidence in friendships in general. So when you make new friends, you're worried that they're gonna like end up how it did before. So you're like, do I actually know how to like handle this? And that's where the insecurities are coming, and it's causing you to be blocked by like that recovery sense. Does that make sense? They're like, something happened. The reason why I'm saying that is because you have the death card here. So some sort of ending happened, and it's caused some insecurity in your head. And that's causing you to be like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm like, I don't know if I'm capable of X, Y, or Z. So in my example, I don't know if I'm capable of having friends because I get toxic ones, or like, I can't tell the difference if they're mean or not. You know what I'm saying? We're doing paid readings. So if you're interested in a reading, I think there are still some available. But the link is pinned at the top of chat, and I believe it is also in the description. Losing my dad or friend things. I don't know the spirit guide. I gotta get to know him. Yeah, I feel like he deals with trauma. Because black usually deals with trauma, but he's helping you to understand it, which is what the blue is. But I feel a lot of like, it went so badly that now we're worried about redoing it or doing it again, because you're like, I cannot do what I just did. That was horrible. So next two cards. You have two cards that cross. So again, these cards block or interfere with each other. And let's start with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups usually deals with like having too many options. This card is being blocked as well. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, well, that sounds really good. And they're like, that's why it's being blocked. I'm like, you have so many options if we can get over the insecurity. So it's like you're getting in your own way. And that's why you're like, they make me feel like you've lost so much recently in your life that you feel so scared of losing more that you're like walking around on like broken glass eggshells, and you're worried that things are going to get worse and worse and worse. Oh God, no, I hate options. Well, I feel like right now you don't have a lot of options. I feel like this is a positive card because you feel like you can't really do things because you're being restricted. So they're like, the reason why you feel like that is because things in your life are unstable. So you have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands I usually view as like the four legs on the table. That's the cause of the stability of the table. But again, it's sideways, representing a decision or action. So right now, everything feels like it's not stable because you dealt with some crazy change, which is your last card, this Death card. You're dealing with some crazy change in your life, which is causing things to feel like they're like up and down. So this Four of Wands is talking about how you're trying to figure out the stability, but you're too scared for it to be stable again because you thought it was stable back then, but that was like a false sense of security. So you're like, is this really gonna be good? It's like you're trying to decide if you're like walking across this like bridge. Does that make sense? So it's not like, this isn't a negative card. This is very much, you feel very restricted right now because you're very worried about having this happen again. Losing a lot of shit. So right now you just don't feel like you have a lot of options. So, and that is being catered by your insecurities. That's making you feel like you can't do it. And I feel like you're in the process of some ending, which is why this card is still here. This Death card is something coming to an end in order to be reborn. So you are in the process of doing this. Your insecurities are getting in the way of fully cutting this. So it might be maybe like friends that you're having a hard time moving on from. Maybe it's like some sort of thing in your work. I know you're talking about losing your dad or friend things. So it's like it's not fully ended because your mind is still tied to it. Does that make sense? So you're in the process of this stuff fully coming to an end, but you need to be able to like detach. So that's what this is kind of like talking about. Ignore this. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was my heater and turning it off. It's very hot now. Yeah, do you have questions? That's what I got for you. So, Gabby, let me know if you have questions, and I'll let you guys know what order we are doing things in. Give me a second, it's loading. What is this for? 5 donations. Okay, so the order of go that I have, I'm finishing Gabby's. And then we have Ashley with a past life. We have Mari with a past life. Jada with a past life. Ellie with a past life. And Lauren with a past life. Let me see what's left. I'm pretty sure there's like 2 card readings. So if anybody is interested in a like different kind of reading, let me know. I'll like move some things around. I'm curious to see if it's more on the friend side. I'm thinking it is giving you what you're saying, more friend things throughout the reading. Is the spirit guide been with me? Yeah, I do feel like it's friend things. I feel like he showed up very recently. I feel like he made you sort of dissociate. Hi. From Wingstop? I don't know what they have at Wingstop. They have fries. Fries, pop. Do I want fries or pop? Yeah, you should give me some fries. Yeah. And a pop. Thanks. We should probably just drink the pop that we have. A lemonade sounds good. Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm putting my order in. What? I think a lemonade.
Do you want a 20 ounce or a 32 ounce?
The smaller one. Wingstop Ranch is top tier from Litzy.
It is top tier.
That's probably why we're getting it.
That's part of the reason,
yes. That makes sense. I've been trying to be like not as emotional about things, so it makes sense about him coming into town. I like his cape.
Getting you a ranch too.
I'm getting a ranch for my fries that you can watch me eat when it gets here. So sorry. In an hour. My Pisces silly goosey butt is emotional AF, and I'm trying to hone in on it as I'm getting older. Yes to ranch.
Oh, you can get an option.
Well, that's what Gabby says.
Because they know taste. And it's Wingstop ranch. Sorry, I'd always say come over, but...
You're fine.
Hi, chat.
Can you hear Riker? Probably. I have a very strong mic.
I would come say hi, but I decided I don't want to be wearing pants anymore.
They don't have pants on, so
So,
they all say hi. Sorta here, Riker. Hi, Riker.
Hi. Bye.
They're gonna get me, Wingstop. I think my chest is starting to hurt again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I might be dying. I think it might be sitting in these goddamn chairs. I should probably, like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this, but I feel I've been struggling with, like, pain up here. And it just is a lot. Anyways. Yeah. Gabby, I do feel like it has something to do with your friends. I just feel like a lot of distrust. I feel like you were very open-hearted before, but, people really fucking stabbed you in the back. But it makes sense of why they wanted me to tell you the same story that I have been experiencing. I'm like, I have trust issues now! I'm like, that's what the reading was kind of about. And it's, you have trust issues because you're still in the process of processing it. You're still, like, just, like, making it come to a close. But he's new. I feel like he is, making you look at things from the past that have caused you to get into this situation because you've been doing a lot of, like, trauma work of, like, looking back to understand why you got here. Glad I could inspire everyone. But yeah, okay, let me go on to the next person. I honestly also feel like I'm gonna let it sit if people are interested, because I feel like people want past life readings, so I'm like, maybe I should give you some more past life readings and just not have this one on. I'm gonna do that. I tried. But I don't know. I'm gonna just be quiet while I do this. Give me a second. Let me move stuff around. I feel like people are interested in not this reading. And that's fine. I didn't think people would be interested in past life readings. So, but I do appreciate you all coming out and supporting us. It truly, truly, truly means so much. So, if you guys are interested in readings, there is a past life reading and a tarot reading available. But next person I have is Ashley. Ashley, have I given you a past life reading before? I'm going to use this other tarot deck because I like it. And then, so, past life readings, I will explain one of your past lives. I usually use a pendulum to try to, like, just spirit guides. That's fun. To try to, like, get confirmation quickly. And then I also pull cards about it as well. So, past life things. Oh, okay. Hold on. Is this for Ashley? Okay. Both. Okay, I see a man for you. He's very, very calm-minded. I feel like this got intense. Okay, I feel like you have a male spirit guide, or sorry, not spirit guide, past life. I feel like you have a male past life. I see him very old, which is interesting. Usually I don't know. Usually they come in during a, like, prevalent part of their lives. So a lot of times I see them younger because A, it relates to me, and a lot of times they do something, like, crazy that, like, changes or pivots their entire life. So this man, he looks very wealthy. He has a cane though, and I feel like he's very sick, but he's very happy. He has like a cough, like his chest hurts, like his lungs hurt when he breathes, like there's like pain. And I think that's due from the smoking, because he has like a pipe. He has like, I think it's called a bowler hat, where it's like round on the top. It looks like a top hat, but it's rounded and it's black. And then he has like a tuxedo with like the tails, like a tuxedo coat. And then he has like gray pants on, and he's very tall and he's very old. I feel like he's a lot older than what most people lived to back when he was alive. Um, I feel like, sorry, they like tell me things that I can look up because what they're showing me is they're showing me like black and white TV because I feel like he lived during a time where there was like electricity. So when was TV a thing? Like the 1920s? And I feel like he had a TV because he was more well off. I don't think it was like a common thing yet. That would make sense. I don't smoke, but I like to take a drag here and there and feel old even though I'm young. I'm generally a calm, easygoing person. Yeah, his like mentality is very like, I don't know the right word other than just calm. It's just he's very level-headed. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like I feel like a lot of shit happened to him. I feel like he struggled to get where he was because I feel like he's rich. I feel like he's very well off, and I feel like he had to fight his way to get there. And in order for him to be able to even do that, is for him to have a calm mind because the things that were going on around him were like absolute chaos. Because I feel like he lived on the streets for a long period of time. I feel like he was like drafted in a war. And that's why he has issues with his leg. I'm not sure what war though. Because I feel like he was old in the 1920s. So he was born way prior to that. And he's like gray. So I feel like, I mean, he says that doesn't really necessarily matter. Because I'm like, I feel like that means you're like really old. And he's like, maybe I just look older. I smoke. I was like, oh. So I feel like he might be in his like 60s to 70s because he tells me that his hair got gray very quickly. But I feel like he saw some shit. I feel like he was in a war, and I feel like he saw a lot of people die. 1920. It was before that though. He was like old in the 1920s. So I think he was like drafted. I don't know if that is like a necessarily thing. He didn't want to be in the war. He's not one of those people that like war. But I feel like he was drafted when he was like in his 20s. So I don't know. 1920, it would be like a very approximate type of thing. Like 40 maybe, like the or late 1800 ish. And I feel like he's from probably overseas because how they show me that is they show me where the water is, like where the like Atlantic Ocean is. So it's either like on the one side versus the other based on where they are. That's what he's showing me specifically. But I feel like he watched a lot of people die during this war, and then he got out of it. Felt really bad about it because he had like survivor's guilt. But I feel like there's like something wrong with his leg, like his left leg. I don't know. It's like some sort of like nerve damage because he can like move it, but it like goes numb a lot, and a lot of times he can't really feel it. So that's why he has a cane, and he still struggles to walk with the cane because sometimes his leg will just give out because there's some sort of like nerve damage in it. So he was like, I don't know what the right word is for like military things, but like he left the war because he had an injury. Sciatic nerves I have in my right side now. Medically discharged. Medically discharged, yeah. Could he be British? Because, like, okay, hold on. When you have a cane, I don't know. I'm dyslexic, so take what side with a grain of salt. I don't know. He has a cane that goes up, like, it's like a wooden cane, and he uses it to walk because his leg is just not good. Could he be British? I'm not sure. I just know that he's not from, like, North America. Because I'm terrible at accents. I feel like it's probably somewhere, like, in, like, Europe, but... yeah. Sorry, I'm asking him questions. I'm like, what's important about your life? Because you told me, because I'm literally just, I see him and he has a cane and he's rich. So I'm asking him questions about what I see with him. So I'm like, you look well off. How did that happen? And he was like, I was really poor and I had to work my way up to this. And I'm like, oh, your leg doesn't look good. How did that happen? And he was like, well, I was in the war. This happened. So I'm like, okay, how did you get rich though? So that's what I'm asking him now. And he's like, money is a weird thing. I chased it for so long, but it was not what I was expecting. Because he's like, I am at the end of my life and they can't really even do anything to save me. It doesn't really matter how much money that you have, and everyone's focus on it was just so skewed. Cuba or Chile is right there. They had the Spanish War and Cabin War to late 1800s to early 1900s. Yeah, because I feel like that's when he would be in the war about... yeah, because I don't know, he's an old man. He says whatever happened to get rich, it's because he knew someone that got him in, like, networking type things. Oh, wait. I feel like it has something to do with his friend dying in the war. He, like, got, like, a will or something. I don't know. He has, like, a very weird thing about money. He says that's one of the important things that he's, like, talking about. I agree with him. Money is a funny thing and makes people act funny, too. He's like, people treated me very differently after I, like, just so happened to get money. And, he, like, it was, like, some sort of will thing. So he got money, like, very, very, very quickly. It just, like, fell into his lap. And it's not like he even wanted it. Because, like, could it be a Forrest Gump thing and he inherited a business type thing? I don't think so. I think he just had money fall into his lap. I think his best friend, like, I think his best friend died or something. And in his will, gave him money because he was so, like, so poor and living on the streets, that this other man, like his best friend that he met in the war, like, gave him money when he died. Like, put it in, and he wasn't expecting it. He didn't know that that was going to happen. So he got all this money, and his family was a little bit weird about it. And he started seeing how money makes people act weird. And he's like, it's really not that deep. I really don't understand it. Like, I was living on the streets, and I was fine. I couldn't do much more with the money that I have. I just have more things. I have more to worry about, but it is not in a, like, survival sort of way. I'm just worried about things that don't make any fucking sense, is what he says. More money, more problems, but the problems are different. When you don't have money, he's like, you don't worry about the things that you worry about when you have money. which is why it makes people so weird, because when you don't have it, it's weird. When you don't have it, you either get really, really desperate to take it from everyone else, or you just want to continue giving it to people even though you need it. Because it screws with your mind, and it's just fucked. That's what he's talking about. Do you have questions for him? Before I move on to the next person. The next person in line, hold on, is Mari. Does he have a name? I am terrible at names. Unfortunately, I don't know that I can give you one. I'm terrible at names in real life, and it translates to mediumship. Anything I should make a priority in this life. He wants to say your headspace. He says you worry about a lot of things that don't really matter. And when he says that, it's kind of like you worry about other people worrying. And he's like, how did their thoughts get into your head? He's like, sorry, I'm like talking about his accent. I'm terrible at like identifying accents. He's telling me that his accent is more associated to someone that's like poorer, and he thought it was weird that he like got into this money and people would like comment on the way that he talked and say that he was dumb. But he says your headspace is the priority. Don't worry about what other people are worrying. Checks out. I am working on that, my dude. Fair point. Yeah, he's like, you worry about what other people are worrying about you, and that just seems like a cycle of worry that doesn't need to happen. They're worrying about you, and you're worrying about them worrying about you. I don't know if that makes sense, because I said worry a lot, and lost the plot. But I'm gonna move on to Mari. Mari, are you here? I do for sure. And trying to just worry about me and move on with my life. Sorry. And move on with life. Just be happy. No problem. Howdy, Okay. Strix. You're Mari? I'm Mari. Okay. Have I given you a past life reading before? Just a question, just a question. Nope. Amazing. We're getting new people in here. What the heck? Also getting, like, more happy past lives, I feel like. Because I feel like you have... My first time, too. Hey, Dade. I don't know how to say it. Dade. Damon. Dead. What's up? See ya, Gabby. You're giving me spirit guide readings, that's for sure. Yeah, I feel like I've given everybody a spirit guide reading. Every time I do them, I'm like, so who have I told you about? Who would you like to know about? But I don't do a lot of past life readings. Okay. So, Mari. Dude, are we gonna do love things? Yes. Oh, does anybody want a tragic love story? I feel like you are a woman, and you're very young in where I'm seeing you at in your life. Okay, did you die, or... Okay, so I feel like you got married very, very young. Sorry, I'm like trying to decide based on how she looks what time period she's from. Electricity? No. Okay. All right. Okay, so I see this woman. Sorry, I'm just asking questions. How about Silk Road? What does that mean? So I see this woman. She has a short blonde hair. She's like, I would say a young adult. I want to say she's like early 20s, maybe a little younger than that, maybe even 18. Are you talking about like the silk trade? Yeah, the way she's showing me that, because you say I was thinking that era, she's showing me candlelight. So, that's one of my signs and symbols. They'll either show me like a light turning on with a light bulb, or they'll show me like a candle flame that they're carrying around. So I feel like she lived during a period of time where there wasn't electricity. She just doesn't. I don't know. She has like a short dress on, and she talks about how she was like an outcast. And it just makes me feel like she was kind of like shunned by people. She just seems she seems like she doesn't really care about what like conformities, if that makes sense. So they kind of like shunned her away. And then I feel like she found a man and got married to him, and he was about the same. I feel like more so he was shunned for being sick. Was it contagious? No. Did people think it was? No. I feel like he had some sort of sickness. It caused him to die very early. It's a genetic thing? Kind of. Not really. It says maybe. I'm not sure. There's something like wrong with him that caused him to die. I feel like it's something to do with his heart. Hi, Leanna. How's it going? But I don't know. Tragic love story. I think that this life you found true love. And the reason why you found it is because you didn't care what anyone else thought. You were not looking for it. You just so happened to stumble upon it. They make me feel like you were a little bit reserved about it because you were expecting this man to also shun you away. But they did the opposite. It's interesting because I feel like the importance of this life is to talk about human connection and how it is I don't know what the right word is. People get distracted and they don't actually have really true connections. So they were literally shunned from society, literally shunned from society. And that gave them the opportunity. It wasn't great, but that gave them the opportunity to actually find true human connection. You know what I'm saying? Did you see that bug? Ugh, it flew into my face. And now it's on my screen. It's like a little tiny fly. I think it flew into the camera. Sorry. ADHD. Sounds similar to what I have going on. Interesting. Yeah, they just like. I keep seeing things fly around. Yeah, there's this tiny fly, and there's like only one light really in the basement, other than these two behind me. So I have this big ring light, and then the screen. So it's like there's a light, and it's just flying into it. It's me. I'm the fly. The fly on the wall. Yeah, I. She's just talking about love and how people just get in the way and they get distracted, and it's. I don't know. She's talking to me about love and why people have like issues with relationships in general. Because even if you find someone, even if you find your perfect person, like your absolute fucking soulmate, they're like, people get distracted and then it ends. And they get distracted with all this like horrible shit that's going on, or this materialistic shit that's going on, or like this is just stupid situations when like you don't need to worry about that shit. You can just be with your person. It's like choosing between like it's 5 p.m. and I'm done with work, but I'm expected, or I have created this like responsibility in my head that I'm going to continue to work or be on my phone or be in emails working for that said job over and over again. Because I find it is important to, like, whatever my career, and it can't wait. And then that slowly just turns into you constantly working and never, like, dumping your time and energy into another person. So this happens between you two, and you get distracted by things that you don't necessarily really like will care about in the future. They're talking about like when you're on your deathbed, like the saying that people say, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to regret like putting in 60 hours of work a week. You're going to regret not sitting on the couch and hanging out with your person. And that's what she's talking about. She's like, people are distracted. People want to be distracted because everything is so hard, especially relationships. So they just distract themselves instead of actually seeking human connection. And they're like, all the things that you're distracted by is because you want to have human connection, but you are preventing yourself from having said human connection. Autistic people are the best partners and housemates from someone who has lived with autistic besties for the past 5 years. Keep doing you, Mari. I'm dating someone who's on the autistic spectrum and my parents aren't liking it. But I'm like, screw it, he's a good guy. Dude, I'm autistic. What the fuck does that supposed to mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. I'm like, I don't know. The idea of autism really scares people, but I'm really not sure why, because the people that are scared by it, I truly just don't think they understand what it is. Because it's so stereotyped as bad and like destructive to your life or whatever, but I'm like, it's really not that deep. It's just they think differently than you. Get over it, literally. I'm like, there's a lot of other things that go into it, but I'm like, fucking get over it. You're autistic. It doesn't like, you shouldn't be ostracized. I don't know how to say that word for that. You know, it's like one of the most normal things that you could do. So I just think it's very weird that people are like, if you try to get a diagnosis, a lot of times doctors will be like weird about giving you diagnoses for autism because they're like, oh, there's such a big stereotype. We don't want to like give you this diagnosis that could like negatively impact your life. But I'm like, what? Negatively impact my, wouldn't not knowing negatively impact my life? But I get you. Do you have questions? Oh, hey, Jeremy. Everyone had a past life reading for me before a private one could not make the reading, so a written one was done and emailed. Thank you so much for that. I think I remember that. I gave you like pictures and stuff because I was like seeing people. I think that was you, right? Because I think it was for Jeremy. I remember that reading because it's not often where you email a past life reading to someone. I'm glad you liked it. I tried to put my heart and soul into it. I haven't gotten a diagnosis because I can't make it really hard to adopt kids. It's real ableism out there. That's where it like scares me because I'm like I'm scared to get a diagnosis because I'm self-diagnosed and that is fine. You do not need to get fully diagnosed if you do not want to. I'm self-diagnosed because I am also afraid of how people, I don't know, there's like people talking about like tracking people with autism or like even like trying to like end pregnancies and trying to figure out if people are pregnant with an autistic child so that they can like end it beforehand. And I'm like, it's really not that big a deal. It's just someone is just different than you. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that. I'm mostly going after other people and being like, why are you so pressed about someone having autism? It's really not that big a deal. It really does not affect you whatsoever. Yes, thank you so much. It was very meaningful. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you like it. I am very, very glad. I'm also glad that you like found us because I'm like, I wonder if they liked it because I'm like, I don't know. I've never like done this through email before, so I'm excited. I'm also self-diagnosed. It helped realize I'm not weird. Self-diagnosis is not like something to be looked down upon because I know a lot of people have like weird things about that too. But yeah, do you have questions? Oh wait, has my past life peeve had anything to say that I need to do in this life? I'm too scared to get tested. I'm scared of having a diagnosis and how it will negatively impact my life, but I also want a diagnosis because I could have accessibility. And that's the thing that fucking sucks about society. Of like, oh, if you have a diagnosis, it can help you, but also people will look down at you for having accessibility needs. Okay. 9 of Wands. Yeah, she's still talking about relationships. She's talking about like alignment and I don't know. I feel like that you have correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you have a hard relationship with yourself is how I want to put it. And she says that could self-sabotage you in your relationships, plural. It can be romantic or platonic. And that is what she's talking about, and that's why she's talking about the tragic love story. Because there is a very big like making yourself small type thing. Because I'm looking at the cards. This card is the like indicator. The other ones support it. So you're making yourself small, restricting yourself. You're putting yourself out of alignment instead of trusting in things, and you're giving up. And I feel like the issue is your relationship with yourself. You get distracted. Does that make sense? I suppose I can see that, yeah, I'm restricting myself. I wrote that at the same time you said restricting. It's just, it's like, you question your value. So you think that you have to, like, make it up by these distractions when you can just be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, society has this very toxic way of making you feel like you have to earn everything, because capitalism is amazing, but it makes you feel like you have to earn things that you should just have. I would say basic needs, but you know, the government disagrees. But love is one of those things. People feel like they have to learn or like earn love, not learn, earn love. And a lot of times people do that by trying to figure out what makes them valuable when you should just be loved regardless. So they're like, you are learning and understanding your value because you need to be valuable to yourself for other people to be able to see it without making you feel uncomfortable. So I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if it doesn't. But I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Jada. Jada, have I given you a past life reading before? I read you a lot. I talk to you a lot. Everything blends in. It does make sense. Message received. I'm glad. Never stopped watching you. And this is for Jeremy. I appreciate that. It like, I'm sorry, I'm just like very excited about it. Because I'm like, oh my god, I remember you. I was so nervous to send you things. Because I'm like, oh my god, they didn't come. I hope this makes sense. I hope I'm not speaking a different language when I write this. I hope they like it. Hope they get it. So I'm glad you got it. I'm very excited about it. That's why I added like pictures too. Because I was like, this is great. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm no problem. But you have talked to one of my past lives briefly. I think during mediumship circle. I don't remember it all. So it probably won't be that person. Okay. Let's see. No. Sorry, I'm asking questions. I see a woman for you. She's very spiritual. So I'm asking questions. I feel like you are, a tribe? No. You, like, I don't know, you have dark skin, so I feel like you are a part of some culture that I'm not aware of. You're, like, in this really beautiful, like, white word. I'm not sure what the word is, but there's like a hood that like goes over, but it like it's like a hood that goes over and it looks like a dress, but it also just looks like one piece of fabric with like armholes and a head hole. I don't know if that is a good description of what whatsoever, but I am culturally ignorant. But you have dark skin, so but I don't feel like you are like, I don't know. I don't feel like you're black. I feel like you are from a like I don't feel like you're like African American or from Africa. I know you're not from America in general, but you do have darker skin. Your skin you kind of look like what is Jasmine? So Middle Eastern maybe. But you have this like really beautiful like dress, I guess, on garment. Oh, Greek might be it. Like Greek or Roman. I feel like it's more so Roman. Let me look at that and see. I'm looking at what people look like. Yeah, I think you might be more so Roman. Because you're just in this very, like, beautiful draped sort of, like, garment type thing. Arabic, perhaps. Something along those lines. You have, like, a darker complexion. Because, like, Roman, I don't think would be dark. I don't know. Something along those lines. That's what she looks like. But she is very spiritually fueled, and I feel like, I don't know if she necessarily, I don't know if oracle is the right word. Toga? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm very culturally inept. That is like my best description of what she looks like. Based on clothing description. But she's very spiritual. She says the best description of her would be an oracle, but that's not the name of it. So people would go to her for answers about, like, kind of everything. Like, it's kind of like questions that you would go to an oracle for in general. Romani, like a fortune teller type. Yeah, that's probably more so it. Because I'm like, these women don't necessarily look like. Yeah, I feel like that's more in line, other than the fact that their outfits don't look the same. I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever outfit you have on. It's white, and the edges of it, it's like there's like a gold design. And she talks about how she is like fortune teller esque, oracle esque. And I feel like her culture in and of itself was very spiritual as well. So I feel like there's a lot of connections to like maybe gods or like other spiritual beings of like where she would get her information from. And I feel like this happened a very, very long time ago. So I don't know how to explain. It's probably around the ages of like ancient cultures, if you will. Ooh, question, because I'm like, how do I don't normally see people that are like that from that far away, time wise. I think it was like before Christ type era. So do with that what you will. I'm going to ask her questions about her life. But I feel like she. Sorry, I'm asking her questions. I feel like you were like, I don't know if hermit is the right word. I feel like you were alone a lot, and I feel like you traveled a lot. And like people just knew you as like this oracle. They like called you something else, but I don't know what the word is because it's like in a different language. That's what they make me feel like. But I'm just going to refer to you as an oracle because that's what makes sense to me. And I feel like you travel the world to like help people with those types of abilities. And I don't know that it was like necessarily healing, because I keep asking about like healing abilities. It is just like an oracle of like prophecy type things. And I feel like you might have learned. No. I don't know. I see other people that look like you, like have the same outfit on. But they keep saying that you don't have an affiliation to them. So you're just like always alone. I don't think you like had like a husband or a family in that sort of sense. You just like you weren't alone because you were connecting with people, but they weren't necessarily your family. You didn't necessarily travel with them. They weren't necessarily your friends. They were people that you helped. That was like the importance of your life, is helping people. And it's like life just led you where you needed to go and where you needed to be. I feel like you had a like strong connection to children too. Sorry, this reading is just like very weird. This woman is also just very weird. Because I'm like, what is important that you want to know, that you want to like talk about? And she just wants to talk about like spiritual gifts. So let's just do that instead of like trying to get her to tell me about her life. I feel like she was very secretive. I feel like it was also like she didn't really care necessarily about her life. She was here to just serve, which is why she didn't necessarily care about like being married or whatever. I feel like she wanted to have children, but it's like the best way she can describe it is it's kind of like how a nun commits themselves to, I don't know what the right word is, but they like don't get married or whatever because they're like married to Christ type thing. That's the vibe I get, but it's not in a Catholicism type of way. They're just explaining that to me because that's how I understand it, because I grew up Catholic. This is interesting because I asked for one connected to mediumship and or motherhood. Yeah, I feel like let me ask about it. I just to see this like child that she's kind of like cleansing or baptizing. I'm not sure. I like it is someone else's child that was just born, and she's holding her or him up in the air and like putting praises upon them. And the little child has dark hair. Their parents have dark hair. Like she devoted herself to gods. Did you devote yourself to gods? I feel like it's not fully it, but yes. um, did you ever have a child? No. Was there a possibility for you to have a child? Yes. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just like asking her questions because she like just talks about being younger and was thinking about having a child, but something happened and it changed her mind. I don't think she was fully committed to the path that she was doing. It's kind of more so like a monk like commits themselves to like a simple life, or like a nun commits themselves to a simple life. That's what she's like talking about. So she's like, I didn't need material things. I didn't need these. I was just here to serve other people. But I feel like she really wanted a child, and I feel like she might have gotten really close with like a little boy. I feel like the little boy was like an orphan. But I'm trying to figure out what happened to the little boy. I feel like someone took him. Not necessarily in a bad way, but like she decided against it. Do you have questions for her? Because I feel like I'm going all over the place. Because you can ask her questions about spiritual things, mediumship things, motherhood things. But I feel like okay, I'm asking her questions about mediumship things. But feel free to ask your questions. Anything she wants to say about mediumship, spiritual, of course. Um, she says you make things too complicated, things need to be slower, things need to be more simple, things need to be like, you need to block things out. And how do you do that? Really? She just keeps showing me like, darn, calling me out. I make everything too complicated. I don't know if it's weird for me to tell you this. This woman is just so weird to me. This reading is like so weird to me. But she's showing me like doing like a, I don't know, like sensory deprivation type thing like you do with Essus, but like trying to get information that way. And don't do the like writing thing. Just sit there like with your eyes closed with white noise playing in your ear and just like imagine nothing. And then see what happens and then tell me about it because I'm curious. But that's what she's like telling me. She's like, you need to just shut off the world around you and just go into your head. But you're scared because when you do that, everything is so loud. You try to escape your own thoughts by existing in society and being distracted by it. Does that make sense? Exactly. She's like, you need to get used to your own thoughts because you're afraid of them. She calling me out. This is a way for me to explain it to you. For me, I struggle with going to sleep. I have insomnia because it's too quiet. There's nothing to do. There's no stimulation when you go to sleep. So that is when my thoughts are the loudest and I can't shut the thoughts off. So they're like, that's what she's talking about. So she's like, you need to not be afraid of your thoughts. You need to find more acceptance with them, and that will allow your gifts to be stronger. Because she's like, you'll get a piece of information mediumship-wise, and then your loud thoughts will just be like, no, that's not real because of this. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I need stimulation and distraction. Unfortunately, my phone provides that. Yeah. Do you guys see the, like, hair flying around? So sorry. Reading Me to Filth Llamo. Yeah, yeah, she's talking about you have, like, a constant cycle in your head of, like, thinking about the same things over and over and over and over and over again, and you struggle with acceptance. So, learning how to gain acceptance of things that happen to you is going to help you, which I don't know how to do that because I do the same thing. I'm looking into getting therapy to better accept and navigate my ADHD, so hopefully that will help. That's what I would suggest, because I'm also trying to get therapy to figure out how to stop the processing cycle. But she's like, yeah, you need to figure out how to clear your busy mind. And it's not necessarily that it needs to be nothing. It just needs to not be worry thoughts. Because I feel like you have this, like, just, like almost like a compulsion to just think the same thing over and over and over and over again, but you think it in different ways each time. It's like you have, like a bad situation happen in your life or whatever, and you will constantly just maladaptively daydream about that situation and redoing it over and over again. Or maybe you had a bad situation with, like, your boss or, like, your best friend, and then you, like, imagine seeing them again and you think about it over and over and over again. Or, like, therapy. You, like, feel like you need to be really prepared for therapy, so you just think about the same things for therapy over and over again, like what you're gonna tell them. Does that make sense? Not my reading, but I'm also deeply called out by this. So she's like, sorry, Chester, she's like, that is why it's hard to do mediumship. Which is true. I experienced that too. So, eventually, you learn to, like, and I don't want to say this fully like I figured it out, because it's easier for me because I did a lot more readings with people where I got confirmation, so it's easier for me to now separate my thoughts, but I still struggle with the, like, are you sure? Is this really happening? So, do you have other questions before I move on? I imagine conversations before they happen. Mm-hmm. I do too. I'm looking into getting a therapist, which is why I'm telling you about it, because I'm like, I can't stop maladaptively daydreaming about what I'm going to tell her, and I think about it every day, and I think about what I'm going to say over and over again, and then when I get there, I'm not going to say any of that. And I know that I'm not, so I'm just exhausted about the entire situation. Does she have any other messages for me? I can't think of a specific question, but leaning towards a spiritual messages. Here, let me pull some different cards for you and see. She says you're avoiding things. You're very good at being distracted. This is what she says. This is her message. You're avoiding things. Because you don't think you can handle it. So you're kind of more all talk and no action. My brain is exhausting. Does that make sense? The reason why I say that, you have the Tower card in reverse. You're kind of avoiding big change in your life because the Emperor in reverse, you feel like you don't have the ability to handle it, which I also get from the Page of Swords reversed. All talk, no action. So, she's very, you sell yourself short. And she's like, you don't need to do that. That is just another distraction. Not the Tower reverse, bro. Yeah, the Tower in reverse means you're avoiding change. Next month with the eclipses, they tend to topple the Tower right over. Yeah. Isn't there eclipse on the 1st? Or is it the 9th? Oh, wait. No, the 1st is when Saturn goes back into Pisces. And if you don't know what that means for me, Saturn was in Aries for a little bit. Or I could be wrong. Please someone correct me. But I'm pretty sure September 1st is when it happens, where Saturn goes back into Pisces. Or is it retrograde? I don't fucking know. But I'm pretty sure September 1st is not going to be good for me because Saturn is doing some horrible shit. I'm a September 1st baby. Oh, sorry. Birthday. Amazing! So wait. Sorry. Is that Virgo? When does Virgo start? Zodiac dates. No. What is that then? What is before Virgo? Yes? Wait. No, it is Virgo. I'm right. I'm crazy. I'm a Virgo. Just need to know your star sign. That's who I am as a person. I know. It's probably a problem. I'm probably like someone that people run away from when I'm like, what's your star sign? What's your sun sign? Please tell me. Yes, we are in Virgo. Leo is before. And then Sagittarius is after. Got it. Got it. I got it all figured out. No? Wait, what's after then? Libra. Libra, Scorpio, then Sagittarius. Sorry, I'm here now. Is anyone a Libra? I have been learning about Libras lately because I have a new friend that is a Libra. And I just think it's hilarious because it just makes my whole life make sense. Ellie, you're next. And Ellie is this you. Past life reading. You're next, Ellie. Let me know if I've done past life readings for you. I don't think so. S, is it you? Yes. Okay, I just want to make sure. My best friend is a Libra. I've just been learning, because everyone says Libras are like, they're bad at making decisions, so they don't. And they're like, I just want to, like, be in everyone's good graces, which causes them to be a little bit cheeky. But I also did not realize that Libra is ruled by a Venus, and what that fucking means, because I'm like, holy shit, everyone is in love with you. Like, if you're a Libra, everyone is in love with you. Let's get real. Like, everyone is in love with you. But, like, it makes you so uncomfortable. Tell me it doesn't. Everyone makes crazy basic human stereotypes about deeply holy symbols. Are you talking about zodiac signs? Never read before. I thought so, because I'm like, I've never seen your name before. Okay. Past life reading. We're starting off strong. We have the death card. Oh, okay. Is that you? Okay, I do have questions for you, because I feel like this one, you had a tragic death. Do you like water, or are you afraid of water? Because I still don't know how it affects the rest of the lives, because I feel like you're a little boy that drowned. Love water. That's probably why. Because I'm like, it probably in my head would make sense that you would hate water, because, or like be afraid of it because you drowned. But I feel like he drowned because he liked water. He looks like he's 10. He's blonde. His mother, I don't know what happened, really. Because I feel like your mother, like, pulled you out of the water. Oh! Okay. Because I'm like, you got pulled out of the water. I see you getting pulled out of the water. So, like, what's wrong? Why can't they, like, resuscitate you? I feel like you kind of went into shock. And I feel like you might have fell into the water, because it's like, I see, like, a dock. And I feel like she was right there. I feel like you fell into the water. So I guess you didn't necessarily drown. I just see water. Drawing conclusions too quickly. But I feel like you fell into the water and she pulled you out. You did, like, breathe in water because you were in there for a second while she was, like, in the process of getting you out of the water. But I feel like you went into shock very quickly. I feel like the water was cold. So because you went into shock, like, instantly when you fell into the water, it was very hard for you to breathe. It was very hard for you to swim. So you did inhale water in the short amount of time you were in the water. So she pulls you out, and I don't think they were able to resuscitate you because A, I don't think she knew how to do that, and B, you were cold. I go into shock very quickly now. But yeah, I do like to ask if someone has, like, traumatic death, I'm like, how does this affect your life now? Because I've had people, like, because one of two things usually happens. You're either terrified of whatever killed you, or you're intrigued by it. And that's usually what causes you to die in the first place, like, in that life. So, like, Riker, terrified of fire. And for good reason. They were not curious about it. Other people burned them to death in their past life. But I have read people that love fire, they are pyros, and they have, like, they're, like, running out of burning buildings and things like that. That's a little bit different than, like, being forced to be, like, set on fire. So it's interesting how it affects you in this life. So any
Lose it.
hmm
I'm gonna lose it.
did they not get the right things?
They did not bring me any ranch or your fries.
Rude.
So I'm angry. And I'm sorry.
Chatter.
Chatter.
They did, brother, Chatter, they did not give us the Wingstop Ranch. And I just got a pink lemonade, I think. They didn't give me my fries either. But it's fine. I had vegetables before I came down here, which is totally not the same at all. Give me a second to detach the straw from my drink while you guys apparently listen to it. Litzy! What's up? Thank you so much. You'll be after Lauren, which is in 2. So I have Ellie, Lauren, and then Litzy, I believe. Let me look. Could be like speaking too quickly. No fries and no ranch. Yeah, the what is it? DoorDash over here in our area is terrible. There was one time they came to our house. We ordered like I don't know what we ordered. I don't remember exactly. They brought us something from a different restaurant. Like completely different restaurant. And we like opened it and we're like, "Wait a second. This isn't even like from the restaurant that we ordered it from," because it was like in a white bag. So we like opened it and we're like, "What?" The guy comes back like 10 minutes later and he's like, "I need that food that you like I gave you because I dropped it off at the wrong house." And then he took the food. We opened it because we were like, "What is this?" We opened it and he took it to the next house. Anyways. How do we get in line? Yeah, the readings are paid. I think there's one left. If you're interested, the link is at the top of chat. If you want a different reading, I can also change the listing to be whatever reading is in that little section for you. Ooh, thank you. Yeah, so if you want a past life reading, because I think it's just a tarot reading that's available, I can move that. So just let me know. But I can change it. I have the ability. It's my business. So, Ellie, child. Sorry I got distracted. But, 10-year-old boy. I don't know. They're like telling me about what it's like to be in shock. I don't think I need to know that information. And what I mean by that is he's talking about there wasn't any like pain. It happened really quickly and he was like watching his mother like experience this like outside his body. Like he's having like a near-death experience. Because he was like still alive but like not in his body. I don't know. This is weird. I don't think I need to know that. I'm gonna ask him things that are actually important for you to know. Because I'm like, okay, now we're gonna talk to a 10-year-old boy about his life. Now that we know that what happened, let me see if I can give you like details of like when this happened. She looks like she's from like, she looks like a housewife. She has like a little like, she has a long skirt on. This is your mom. And she has a like one of those like skirt apron things. It doesn't like go up here, but it is like a tie around that covers your skirt to like keep your house dress like clean. I don't know what that's called, but she has one of those. So she looks like she's from like Little House on the Prairie. So let me see. Which is like the 70s, but I feel like it's a lot earlier than that. But she's got that kind of outfit on. Your mom. She's very cute. She looks like she's in her 20s. Late 20s. You're like 10. I feel like you're... Do you have siblings? I feel like you have siblings. I feel like you have an older brother. You're the youngest. 3? No, just an older brother. Oh, I think A Little House on the Prairie was 1880s. Okay, well that makes more sense because I was like, because I just looked up generically Little House on the Prairie and it says the movie came out in the 70s, so I did not think about that in the right way. But that makes more sense. Yeah. It was pre-electricity for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm like, I do see that, but I'm like, it doesn't feel like the 70s. Makes sense. I was being dumb. Little Prairie Woman, it was your mom. Gosh, okay. What do you want me to talk about? Do you have questions for him? He doesn't have like he has a very simple life. Did I like her? I feel like your mother was very quiet. I feel like she was really good at being a mom. I do think that you liked her. I think she was a very good mom. Completely different from this lifetime. Yeah, I feel like the mom that you had in this life might be like, they say it's like a sister. So I feel like they're more so like maybe your best friend or something like that. It's like blood but not blood in this life. Because I feel like you and her just understood each other. The short amount of time that you were in each other's life catapulted each other in ways that you could never imagine. I never had a sister. Yeah, it's someone that's like a sister that isn't like blood. Does that make sense? And I could be totally off. You could tell me I'm wrong, but I feel like it might be like someone in your life that is very, very close to you. I feel like her soul is the mother soul in this story. So I don't think it is a blood sister. It's someone who is like a sister. Like what did I say? I don't remember, something about the blood thing. Did I just lose her? What do you mean? You passed when you were in this story. You're the little boy and you died when you were about 10 years old. But I feel like you incarnate with your mom's soul a lot, like that mom from that life's soul. But I feel like your mom from that life and you from that life, your souls connect very well together. So she has not come back to me yet. Like in this life, I feel like she is like whoever the sister that's not a sister is in your life. I feel like that is who your mom from that life is in this life. Does that make sense? I'm very much confusing myself. There's like idea of what is it? Like familial relationships absolutely like stresses me out. It totally makes sense. Okay, great. Because I'm like your mom, but not your mom this day, your mom from over there, and I'm just like so confused as to what I am saying. So I feel like your soul and your mom's soul from that life, I feel like you see each other for who you are. And even though you were a baby, just like the way that you were, like reflected, like it like caused her to go through a whole bunch of healing because it was like you as a child just understood her. And I know that sounds so weird because you were like an infant. You like died when you were 10. You were a child. And your mother was just like absolutely beside herself when you were like gone because you like absolutely changed everything about her life. But I think you did the same, like she did the same thing for you. And I feel like that is happening now, but in a different like relationship. Not your mom from this life's relationship, but this soul's relationship playing a different character. Yeah, do you have questions? Sorry, my brain is like all over the place because I'm like, I basically just, I don't know, you know how you like your second cousins and your cousins and your great aunts? Yeah, that's how I feel. I am glad that I got a lemonade though. It's definitely worth it. Haven't had a lemonade in a while. The delicacies of life. Yeah, do you have questions? I understand and I'm glad you got the lemonade. Do you have a question for little boy or your mom? Little boy is a little harder for me to talk to because I'm like, you're a little boy. What do you haven't had a lot of experiences. So your mom from that life is talking about it more so because it was easier to talk to not a 10-year-old. But yeah, after Ellie, I have Lauren and then Litzy. Yeah. No, I'm good. Let someone else enjoy your kids. Okay, Lauren. I don't think I've ever read past life things for you. I just like to ask, and I know you're here, so let's do it. My time to shine. Glad you could get one. Glad you told me that you were like in the process, because I'm like, I can move them. But the last couple times I've been doing reading live streams, people don't want readings and just want to hang and vibe. So I'm like, okay, I'll just like come in strong today. And I fucking did. So, and I have Litzy with a past life after this. Sorry, need to think about it now. Oh, I read you a few years ago? What did I read you on? Is that what you're saying? Alright, okay. This one's gonna be interesting. This one's gonna be another one of those, like, I know nothing about other people's cultures. Yeah, and you guys talked about it on the channel. What kind of reading did we give you? Remind me. Because if it was a few years ago, I probably don't remember, but I might. While you answer, I'm gonna ask, I feel like you have a female past life. Oh, how I got kicked out of heaven for my ego. What kind of reading did you get? I think I have an idea, but I'm also like, did this happen more than once? Definitely didn't help my ego. Oh, okay, now I know who you are. That's all. That's it. I get it now. I remember. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes there's a lag. I got it now. I can see them. I get it now. You're the angel that was kicked out of heaven. Because I have had... I guess that wasn't my reading. I witnessed someone having a reading where the person... I guess they weren't kicked out of heaven, though. Because they were, like, more so in the lower realms. So never mind. I know who you are now. That's why I figured you wouldn't remember so much. No, I totally remember that. I totally remember that. Anyways. Past life things. Okay, I think you have a past life as a woman. Rainforest? It's someplace that's really wet. I just like take like. I think you lived in like a jungle or a rainforest. There's like really, really tall grass and it's like swampy. And you lived before there was like civilized society. I feel like you lived in like, oh, how do I explain this? Like huts or something like that. Cause you're, I feel like you're like maybe in, I don't know if tribe is the right word. Tribe, that makes sense for me. You have like, it's very hot, so you have like kind of like a bathing suit like covering your top and then covering your bottom, and it's like tan, and then you have like straps and stuff like wrapped around you with like tools and things, and you have like dark hair. It's kind of like disheveled because you live outside. We were in South America. South America. I have no context of what that should look like. There's rainforest in South America. That's how much I fucking know about this. that kind of, I feel like that makes sense. Yes. Yes. Oh, for sure. Definitely looks like this. I have a connection to jaguars, which are there, so it could totally come from this life. Yeah, there's like things like wrapped around your head. There's like straps around your body, and they have like tools and stuff like tied to you, and they're like the straps are like vines or something like that. They like look like leather or like wood, but like maybe it's just vines. I feel like you like were a gatherer or some sort. I see you off by yourself and you have like a basket and you're trying to like find things. But I feel like you're not supposed to be off by yourself. It's very dangerous. No. Okay. I'm like, why are you by yourself? Just because. Oh, okay, wait. I feel like there's some sort of like fight with someone outside of your tribe. Not someone, but like another tribe, but I don't think tribe is the right word for them. Sorry, I'm like asking them questions. Is it another tribe? It's like just some sort of outsider. And I feel like a lot of people kind of died from that, so there were less of you. Yeah, because the cards I pulled for you, I have a fight, which is the Five of Wands. I have the Lover's card, but I feel like it's not necessarily... Literally, when I pulled this card, I saw this woman in a jungle, and then it had this picture of people, like, covered in vines, so I was like, oh, that's cool. Vine girl, we're gonna talk to her. And then you have the King of Swords, which is, like, having the answers to things. But I feel like that's more so... your father or something. I feel like your father... had I don't know, like rank or something. The Spanish Inquisition? I have no idea. She calls them outsiders. And they don't look like them. Like they're not dressed the same. They look like they're from somewhere else. I don't know if I don't think a lot of people would like stay in this like swampy area that they're in. Are they white? Yeah. The outsiders are. They brought a lot of disease and sickness to the native people. Interesting. I also grew up in a swamp when I was a kid. That's cute. I love hearing about how things relate. It's amazing. Excuse me. Autofocus. Okay. But, okay. Sorry, I was trying to think of what we were talking about. I feel like I went on two tangents. I feel like the swamp was a dangerous place. I don't know if there were like alligators or things. There were like a lot of dangerous animals. Yeah, I mean, I guess jaguar qualifies, but I don't think necessarily jaguars are the things that are truly that dangerous. It's more so like reptile-esque things that she's talking about. But there's a lot of like very scary animals, so going off by yourself to go gather things wasn't really a great idea. But I feel like your father was more so like higher rank, like I was saying before. No jaguars, just protect their territory and maintain balance. Alligators would make sense, and big snakes. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing is like reptile type things is what she's afraid of seeing. Because they like blend in really well and they don't make a lot of noise. And when you're walking around in knee-deep water, it's a little bit dangerous to do that. That's what she's talking about, but she's showing me alligators. And, like, very, 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 very large snakes. Because I'm always wary of reptiles. Yeah, I don't know. The reptiles that she's showing me, like, are like as thick as a person around. The largest in the world, in fact. Okay, great. Yeah, so she's like, you have to be really careful because they're very good at hiding in, like, murky water. They, like, blend in. Hold on, I just have questions. Okay, so I looked this up because she's telling me that alligators have a smell. And I looked it up. I was like, do alligators... Maybe I... Yeah, it says alligators can have a noticeable odor due to their swampy environment, their diet of decaying matter, and the release of scents from their musk glands. She says that she could smell them. That's why she wasn't afraid to, like, walk around alone. Snakes were a little bit different, but snakes weren't as, like, the big snakes weren't as big of an issue. She says that alligators are a little bit more aggressive. Okay, so she's a baddie with a good sense of intuition. Slay, yeah. Do you have questions for her? Just asking her crazy questions about animals. But I feel like whoever came killed a lot of her family. Yes, I do have questions. Shoot, let me know. What do I need to learn from her? Good question. I always forget to ask that. She's talking about connection. And now she's choosing to any specific symbols or animals or plants that are connected to her life and my current life. I feel like she's talking about connection because she's talking to me about Avatar, the last airbender, when they were in the swamp. And she also gave me this card. As well as other ones that kind of more validate it. But she's talking about connections, give a lot of information that isn't necessarily just... Which card I can't see? It's the Nine of Pentacles, but the, like, interconnectedness of the vines is what she's showing me on it. So she's like, the connection itself is the thing that gives you a lot of information about the relationship between the two things. So they're like, you can gain a lot of information by just knowing why things are connected to what things. Does that make sense? Why she's telling me this, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you're one of those people that need to know, or, like, need to have a lot of information in order to feel comfortable. You, like, want to know everything. You want to know how it works, you want to know how to do it, you want to know what people are doing. It's just, information is, like, king for you. And she's talking about... She's talking about sometimes focusing on the end points of these lines to, like, connect the dots type of thing. It makes you blind of where people are coming from. So I'm trying to figure out how to explain this better. She's like, the journey is the thing that matters, it's not the end points. Sometimes you read too deeply into the end points and it causes you to feel like you can't move forward anymore. You do that with your life, with people. It's just a natural thing. Boo is trying to take your food. So she's talking about, like, reading in between the lines and seeing where things come from, and that will give you the information that you're looking for. And it's mostly in relation to you, of, like, looking at how far you come. Because sometimes you look at the, like, checkpoints, and looking at the checkpoints doesn't tell you a lot of the information that you're looking for. Stop trying to find solutions and just focus on being curious instead of fixing it. It's more so, like, giving, like, acknowledgement of the path at hand. It's stop thinking in a more so black and white way and look in the gray areas. Read in between the lines. Does that make sense? And then any specific symbols or animals or plants that are connected to her life and my current life. Okay, that's what my therapist says. Of course. Okay, the animal one's interesting. Any specific symbols or animals or plants? That one's interesting because the symbols in my head might be different than... I don't know. I've never done stuff like that. Does she have any advice about getting out of the gray and... Sorry, living in the gray and getting out of the black and white? Sorry, she's telling me a lot of things. The first thing she says is you need to change your perspective. Sometimes changing your perspective is a lot harder than you think, because if you don't already have a perspective, how are you supposed to gain it? So she's like, trying new things is going to inevitably force you to get a new perspective. So it will cause you to be able to see things in a lot different light. Because she's talking about, like, when you're drawing a still life, you might be looking at certain things in the still life. And I don't know if this makes sense to people that aren't art people. Still life is like random objects that you put in the middle of a whole bunch of people drawing this, like, piece that's in front of you. It could be like bowls, fruit, statues. It can be literally anything. But you go in your drawing class with your piece of paper and you draw the still life. You sit at one spot and you draw from one angle, but the person on the other side has a different perspective to you. So she's like, you need to figure out how to get a 360 perspective of these checkpoints. The way to do that is to view the journey. But at the same time, if you want to change your perspective and get a perspective that you don't already have, you need to shake things up by trying different things. I feel like I'm really good at doing that for other things, but not myself. Sometimes the universe does it for you. And sometimes it is just a little change. It's like trust in yourself, but not having a reason why. Does that make sense? I don't want to try new things begrudgingly. I shall take her advice. Yeah, it's very much like, it doesn't need to be big things. It can just be, oh, well, this isn't working for me, so I'm just, or like, this person isn't working for me in life. They're mean to me, they're not listening to me, I try to, like, change things, and just saying, you're not gonna do that to me anymore. Trying new things. Changes your perspective. And it could change a lot of other things. It's very much like, you just need to push over a domino and the rest will fall. I'm just stubborn and I love my comfort zone, but I feel a little stuck right now, so I'll start small. No problem. And for the specific symbols and animal part, I don't know if I can do that. If I can give you that answer. Because that's not, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Could be the jaguar that you're talking about. That's okay, I just kind of want to know what she's like. What she likes. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's very in tune with wildlife, because I feel like she had to be, but, you know. You gave me a lot of info. It's okay if she has nothing else to say. You're good. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Last person, I'm going to cut the readings here. I think it's in this one. Yes. Save changes. Thank you so much. No problem. Let's see. Have I given you a past life reading? I've given you a lot of readings. Because I think you're next, right? Lauren. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see, you still there? Have I given you a past life reading before? I've had a bunch. So you've had a bunch of past life readings? Who have I told you about before? I've given you a lot of readings, so I'm like, I don't remember. Yes, and spirit guides. Yeah, you're usually here, so that's why I'm like, I know I've given you, like, so many fucking readings. I think I've had, like, 9 total. 9 readings or 9... There's no way you got 9 past life readings. I don't even think I've given that many, like, live streams of past life readings. Is this one gonna be interesting? Nine past life readings. Well, on meta and meddling. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Crazy, that's a lot. That is so many. Okay. I see a man that was in prison. A very old prison. The prison looks cool. Because I feel like, they're telling me, because we were at this one prison that had, is it steel that's really heavy? Steel bars? Is it steel? Or is it iron? I think it's steel. Is steel heavy? Oh no, iron. Is iron heavy? it's really heavy. We went to, maybe I can, like, look up the place. That might help. Old Blackford. No, I think it's steel. I don't know. It's one of those. Whatever is heavier. I have no idea. I think it's steel. Wait. It says feature bars that are made of cast iron rather than steel. Okay, maybe you're right. It's whatever is heavier. Because we literally went into this, like, we went to the old Blackford County Jail. And how you get into the, like, prison part is there's kind of, like, this, it's like a circle cage, and you, like, push the door open. So it's kind of like a revolving door, but it's made of, like, the bars. And it's so heavy. It does not look like it would be heavy. It's so heavy. It's whatever that is. The good stuff, if you will. But I feel like you were... And that... Jeez, I wonder, hold on. I feel like you were probably late 1800s. You're a man, you have, like, disheveled, like, brown hair and a mustache. You look like you're 30s. Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because you have the Eight of Swords, which is trapped. I don't know if I watched it on your channel or Sam and Colby's. Did they go to the old Blackford County Jail? I don't know if they did. We went to Meddling Mediums. I wonder if they have. I haven't seen the one if they had gone there. It's like a teeny tiny prison. But it's crazy. It was so fucking cool. But I feel like you were at a prison like that. And I feel like it was smaller. Like a smaller prison. Did you try to escape? No, we didn't try to escape. Just making sure. I don't think you were there for anything, like, violent, per se. I feel like you were kind of like a genius type, if you will. And you were, doing things that I don't understand with, like, paperwork. You're, like, I don't know if fraud is the right word or what. It's something along those lines. I don't think you were, like, a bronze type person. You were a brains type person. Forgery, maybe. He says that's not necessarily the important part, but I'm like, but why were you in there? But I don't think he was a violent type. I feel like he was in there because he was very, very intelligent and he got caught because he got lazy. I feel like he was, like, so smart that he was getting away with it for so long, and I don't know what it is. But I feel like it had something to do with, like, theft, fraud, money, stealing it from rich people, that sort of thing. He says it's very easy. It's very easy. He just kind of got dumb and lazy. And I feel like he, because he got away with it for so long, he kind of saw the people that he was doing it to as, like, dumb. Like, they could never catch me, so he got careless, if you will. Sorry, I'm asking him questions about it. Why are you here? I've never talked to like a prisoner. I don't know if it's just me stealing from the rich. But yeah, usually ego is the downfall. Mm-hmm. Did you escape? I keep getting no for that question, but I'm like, if you're smart enough, why didn't you just leave? No. Okay. Do you have questions for him? He's very weird. Weird in a, like, doesn't really want to, like, share a lot. Why is he here? That's what I should focus on. Why are you here? Do you have questions for him? Just let me know if you have questions. He's very weird. Okay, maybe it's this. Hold on. Okay, I think I understand now what he's telling me. Is there a reason he's stepping forward? Okay. Because he keeps talking about leaving it, like escaping. Because, like, you have this card. This card is the Eight of Cups, so this card deals with, like, abandoning plans, going somewhere else, leaving. But it's in reverse because I'm like, you didn't escape. Okay. So then, what are you telling me if you didn't escape? Did other people escape? No, no one escaped. And I was like, I feel like he, like, manipulated the people to let him go. He, like, smooth talked them into thinking that, they had the wrong guy. He said proof those days was a lot harder to come by. Not everything was written down like it is now. Yeah, sorry, I'm like, why do you keep telling me about escaping? This has to be just me thinking you're gonna escape because we were in a prison. What do you need? Okay. Let's see why he's here. He's talking about taking risks. This is such a weird reading. I'm sorry. I hope you're enjoying this. Okay, the cards that I pulled for you I think are funny. You have the Devil card in reverse. You have the Tower card in reverse. And then you have the Magician card upright. Which all these cards together basically tell me that he's like, you can do whatever it is you want. You have all of the resources at your fingertips, but you're getting in your own way and you're not taking risks. You're really good at, like, handling this sort of situation. You're really good at getting yourself out of a sticky situation, but you refuse to do anything a little bit risky. Are you, like goody two-shoes a little bit? And I'm not saying to, like, go commit crimes. That's not what I'm saying. He's talking about you being more, like, passive. And he's like, I'm trying to give you more of the opposite. Because he's like, I want to be clear in saying this, of, like, I feel like everyone is the same flavor. When you incarnate, you're kind of like the same energy being put into a body. So there's going to be similarities in your energy. I feel like this man has a similar personality to you, but he's very intelligent, and more intelligent than his own good, especially in this period of time. So he was very good at, like, getting around things. So he's talking to me about how he's very similar to you, but he took more risks. Does that make sense? I like to do things the right way, because I feel like there's no matter what you do, you eventually get caught. He's not saying to, like, do criminal things. He's saying take more risks in your life, of, like, go try, like, a new hobby. Go try a new career. Don't stay in the same place. Don't allow those people to pay you the same amount. You're smarter than them. You know what you're doing. Like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about. I know he's a criminal, and I know it's coming from a criminal, and I know he's like, I did whatever. But he's talking about how you feel like you're constantly going to step on people's toes. And he's like, You're not going to. If they're the ones getting in the way, like, you need to start doing things and living things for yourself. You need to start taking risks for yourself. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to get here at. We're, like, worried that something bad's gonna happen, that we're gonna fuck up, that everything is gonna fall apart, and he's like, you're really good figuring out what to do when everything falls apart, but you're really scared of it falling apart. So it's confusing to him. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Not criminally. I know he's a criminal. Yeah, sorry, we're at the end of the live stream, but I will probably be back tomorrow. So if you're interested in more readings, I will have them available probably tomorrow around the same time, 7 p.m. EST. So if you're interested, we can do that tomorrow. But yeah, let's see. His message to you is very much a, like, don't be afraid of taking a risk and failing, because you're very good at change. You're very good at figuring out what to do. You may not like it. Nobody likes failing. Nobody likes having to make it work. But you shouldn't be afraid of it, is what he's saying. I'm just tired of everything falling apart or going wrong, because I feel like something always goes wrong. I know what you mean. Fully, I know what you mean. So, let me, like, pull in this is the wrong deck. And now, somehow I have 2 decks. So. I'm having similar problems to you, so I'm gonna pull and see what he says. The sun. I laughed because I was thinking I don't like it when you said the same thing, lol. Yeah. He's talking about how, you don't think you deserve it, so you get in your own way. Which is annoying. How do I explain this in a different way? He says, if this was happening to anyone else, you would have 1,000 solutions of how to make it better for them. But for you, you have 100 excuses of why you can't make it better. And it is directly tied to your perceived value. So he says that how you value yourself, you feel like you're going to let everyone down, you feel like you're going to let yourself down, you feel like you constantly do anyways, you feel like you screw up so much that it's not even, like, worth your time. But that is not happening. That is just your perception based upon your insecurities. Does that make sense? That's what he's saying. So he's like, in order for you to take more risks, you need to figure out why you don't think you deserve a better outcome. Because I don't know if you're the type of person that's constantly looking for the worst possible outcome to, like, prepare yourself for that happening. But he's like, you need to start looking for the most positive outcome, because that's going to actually skyrocket your life. That's going to actually help you manifest. It's going to help you move towards those things. Yes, it will probably hurt more when something bad happens because you're not prepared for it. But if you're constantly looking for the good things and you're constantly looking towards positivity, they should counteract each other. I get what you mean. I think I'm getting the information claircognizantly. And yes, I have anxiety. Well, do you have any questions before I leave? I also have a question for the chat if there's people still here. Hold on. There's 17 people. There's 17 of you here. What kind of reading would you like tomorrow? Would you like a weird reading? Let's see. Unconventional or conventional? Here, I'll say unconventional, like, readings with scrying mirrors. You can't do that much. I'll just tell you what unconventional is. So we'll do an unconventional or the usual. Okay, so there's a poll for you. Unconventional would be, I'm thinking about doing readings like book divination. I'm thinking about doing readings with like board game type things or card games. I'm thinking about doing readings with like scrying mirrors. I'm bored and want to try some new things. So we can do unconventional, or we can do the usual programming where I can do spirit guide readings, past life readings, tarot card readings, that sort of thing. So let me know your thoughts. Litzy says, no, I understand. I thank you again to you and him. I just love getting readings. Like to self-analyze. Read me. Read you! Okay, for real, you want me to read you? While people, like, answer my little poll. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be a reading for me if I read you. No, lol. I'm scared. You should be. I'm scared. The only card I got out. I guess it's good luck, though. Maybe it's not that bad. I pulled the Wheel of Fortune for you, which means, to me, the Wheel of Fortune is like environmental change. It's positive change. It's something good is happening. It's usually good luck when it's upright. But it is a lot of environmental change. So. Okay, let me see. Can I see how many votes are on here? No, but I get 8 votes. Y'all want some unconventional stuff? Okay, do a quick 3 card and how this video we're filming tomorrow will do. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh no! Worried face. My chest hurts. I'm just gonna tell you what the cards mean and you can put your 2 and 2 together. So, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. So, something is going to break. It's gonna cause a lot of chaos because of the Tower. But it's going to be fine and we'll be able to move on. Do you know what that means? My chest hurts right here. Oh, why is this happening to me again? It's very hard to breathe when that happens. Oh! How that is associated... I think that mostly... I have a pendulum. It's because you're stressed. Yeah, my body is breaking down because of the stress. Is this the video we're filming tomorrow? Or all of our content? It says all of our content. Also, I feel like it kind of makes sense just based on the topic of the video. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, no, I do want to do a shorter video, like 30 minutes or less. Like, even, like, doing, like, a 15 to 20 minute video would be like, perfect. But if it goes to 30 minutes, I get it, it's fine. Yeah, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we're trying to film more, content for Smoke and Mirrors. So we have 5 videos prepared for those Meddling mediums. So we have 5 ghost hunts for you. Those are going to be your regular programming, fucking long-ass movie-type videos. But for Smoke and Mirrors, we have podcasts going out, which is long-form content. But we want to produce some, like, shorter videos. But, oh my god, we have so many ones that are going to be long. Because we want to start doing deep dives, and I know that's going to be long. The video that we're going to do tomorrow is going to be diving into, or what we're going to film tomorrow is going to be diving into, like, a trend. I don't want to, like, spoil too much, but we're going to be going into a trend, and I'm hoping that could be, like, 15-20 minutes. And Riker says 8 to 20 minutes. So, short video. 30 minutes at the absolute most is what I'm thinking, but I would like it to be in the 15-20 minute slot. And then we're going to do a, like, try it video, so we're going to have something that we try for a period of time, and I feel like that's going to be a long video. What other things are we filming? We're filming some sort of, like, vlog type thing, which is going to be a longer video. I feel like that one might be, like, 30-40 minutes. Yeah, this should be a short one. I would like the videos that aren't the deep dives and podcasts to be 30 minutes or less. Yeah. I'm down with you. That would be a lot easier. Yeah, because I've been struggling to work on it, but I'm currently working on I'm working on the vlog for New York. So when we went to New York, we filmed a whole bunch of extra content, vloggy content of our trip, and I thought it was all going to be in one video, but there's a lot of content. So I'm breaking it up per location, so you're going to get a couple of those vlogs along with all this stuff. Yeah. It's going to be a time, but that's going to be like a 30 to 40 minute video, I feel like. Riker says, because we can't manage editing 14 pieces of content for October that are all an hour plus, we will die. I agree. Yeah, I think it'll be an easy video. We just need to figure out what we're, like, going to film. Like, how the flow's gonna work. But you want unconventional. I'm already working on that. Thanks, Preesh. But, what are we doing today? I think I'm going to be going live tomorrow. I'm going to do a lot of lives this week. I'm going to do reading lives for the most part, and then Friday? I think it's Friday. One of the days we're going to be doing a gaming stream. And we might be, I'm just going to say we're doing a gaming stream, because I don't know if we're going to play Date Everything, or if we're going to play something else. So, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. But we got some good stuff brewing up for you. Date Everything! But we do want to try to get more consistent with gaming streams. I know it's going to be hard, but it's just fun. So, we will see you guys maybe tomorrow around the same time. Okay, bye!